reverse Facebook technicals from here. They're about to report earnings in 2 days. So far today, 2.9% move, trading at 310. We still have about an hour to go until market close. So I was watching 300 as a support and then as a resistance. So it looks like today stock is pretty much taking off of that level, and to the upside from here. My next level of resistance is right here, 320. All right. Another thing, ever since they reported earnings, pretty much since last earnings, but I went even further. Basically, ever since it hit highs, this is interesting data. Ever since it hit highs of 384, Facebook didn't have more than 3 days of a positive price action move. So there was a time, only one time here, it had a fourth day of a negative, but on average 90% of the time throughout this move, throughout these fluctuations, it didn't have more than 3 days of a positive day. So far, today most likely it's closing positive. Friday it was positive, and if the stock is about to go higher tomorrow after their earnings, I'm gonna expect some selling. I'm not gonna expect it just to slam back down, but I do expect it to be negative after earnings. Doesn't matter what they report, just based on that. And again, what's the probability of that? Well, I don't know. I can't tell about that. We can talk about the probability of certain strike prices going in the money just based on what option market is implying going into their moves. But probability that this stock will be down on fourth day again, well, for me it's pretty high, but I can't tell you exactly what the number is. So they're going to report earnings this week, right? IV 70%, so basically not too high, but it's implying that this week Facebook can move $20 up or down. So if you're gonna trade it, you gotta be careful with these. And also, well, what's the probability? Well, according to option market, 35% probability that it can go below 300, and also 32% that it can get above 320. So these are the resistances basically. This was support for quite some time. Now it's resistance. I'm watching that level. And if I bring up moving averages, and also stock is officially in a downtrend, right? So for me, just like we have covered back right here when I drew this downtrend. So basically, until it gets back above that downtrend, it's still in a downtrend. So if this trend line, resistance trend line, gets taken out, that's when I will be considering this name out of the woods. But right here, if you look at the moving averages, all of the moving averages up here, so stock below every single moving average that I'm watching, basically 20-day, 50-day, 100-day, 200-day. So if it bounces after earnings, if it has like really decent numbers and stock bounces or gaps up, I'm gonna watch these levels. This 50-day moving average 327, that will be my resistance, and that at that point I would expect people to take a profit if it goes higher. All right, so basically I can also show you another thing what this stock is doing basically. So let me get rid of this. So if you look at the earnings report that it reported, when was it? So October 22nd or something like that. So ever since they reported earnings, basically stock did nothing. Okay, if you bought it here after earnings and you are here waiting for another earnings, well, after their earnings report, stock was at 310 and we're back at that level. Yeah, it did fluctuate, right? But we're back at that level, meaning market makers are basically, market is waiting for it to prove, like, are we, like, based on fundamentals, are we going, like, what's going on with the business? Are we going higher? What's going on with metaverse? All right, how is it working out so far? So if market gets excited about that, yeah, we might get back above that level. But if it slips below 300 officially, for me, so that would be so far from highs, Facebook is down 19%. So if it slips below 300, that's officially a bear market for Facebook. So what else we can cover here? So let's take a look at stats for the option volume today. What's going on post earnings? I mean pre-earnings. What's going on? So definitely more calls being traded. I'm not sure if these calls are being sold. 134,000 calls were traded. 65,000 puts were traded. So twice as many calls being traded so far 1 hour before market close on Monday. So, and if I just take a look at the biggest strike prices, which are, seems like 347, 350, even 375. I don't know why people are buying these short term, or maybe they're selling these, but can't tell. You have to go through these orders yourself. But that's the video for Facebook Metaverse. See you in the next one after they report earnings, I guess.